Hello everyone, Dr. Mandell here. Turmeric is one of the most powerful healing spices on the planet, but most people are taking it the wrong way. And today I'm going to show you the one ingredient you must add to turmeric, not black pepper, to supercharge its absorption, crush inflammation, and support your joints, brain, and immune system. Turmeric has been called one of the world's most powerful healing spices, yet most people never experience even a fraction of its benefits because they don't understand one fundamental truth. Turmeric by itself is almost useless to the human body, and that's the part no one talks about. People take capsules, powders, teas, golden milk, and they expect miracles. Yet inside the body, the majority of the curcumin, the active compound responsible for turmeric's anti-inflammatory power, never even makes it into the bloodstream. Your cells never feel it. Your joints never receive it. Your brain never benefits from it. It simply passes through the digestive tract, wasted. And this is why millions of people think turmeric doesn't work for them. The truth is, it's not the turmeric that's failing you. It's the way it's being used. Scientists discovered something shocking. Curcumin is poorly bioavailable, meaning your body cannot absorb it effectively unless it has help. Curcumin is fat-soluble, unstable in water, rapidly broken down in the liver, and cleared from the bloodstream before it can do anything meaningful. In fact, some studies show that only about 1% of curcumin gets absorbed when consumed alone. Imagine taking spoonfuls of a healing spice that the body simply cannot access. It's like having a key that fits no lock. It sits there full of potential, but powerless. And this is where the story becomes even more important, because millions of people are suffering from chronic inflammation right now without realizing that they already hold the solution in their kitchen. Inflammation silently destroys the body from the inside out. It's the root cause of joint pain, memory loss, digestive issues, heart disease, fatigue, premature aging, autoimmune conditions, and even some cancers. Chronic inflammation is a fire that never stops burning. But turmeric's curcumin, when absorbed properly, has the ability to extinguish that fire naturally, gently, and powerfully. It has been shown to lower inflammatory markers like CRP, TNF-alpha, and IL-6, markers that rise in almost every chronic disease. Curcumin can reduce swelling, improve mobility, protect neurons, enhance circulation, and neutralize harmful free radicals. But none of these benefits matter if your body cannot absorb it. This is why understanding turmeric's absorption problem is not just interesting, it's life-changing. Because once you understand why turmeric fails, you can finally unlock the true power behind it. Scientists explain that curcumin is hydrophobic. It rejects water. When it enters the digestive system, it simply can't dissolve. It can't bind to anything. It can't enter the bloodstream. It remains trapped. The liver then rapidly metabolizes it, breaking it apart before it ever reaches your cells. This means your body loses the fight against inflammation, not because turmeric is weak, but because curcumin is isolated, unsupported, and alone. This fact has been hidden in plain sight for years. People keep increasing their dosage, thinking more turmeric will finally work, but the truth is painful. More turmeric with the same poor absorption changes nothing. You could take 5 grams, 10 grams, even more, your body will still absorb almost none of it. And when people don't feel the difference in their pain, their energy, or their inflammation, they assume turmeric is a myth, a trend, a false promise. But the science says otherwise. Curcumin is powerful. Some research shows its anti-inflammatory effects rival common medications, but with fewer side effects. Some studies show it can increase antioxidant capacity by up to 300%. Others show it can boost brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which helps protect against neurodegenerative diseases. It has even been studied for its potential to weaken cancer cells and improve insulin sensitivity. The list is endless, the research is abundant, and the results are extraordinary. But none of it matters if the key is never turned in the lock. This is why point number 1 is the most important part of this entire topic. Turmeric cannot help you until you understand this one breakthrough. Curcumin needs a booster to be activated. Without a booster, turmeric remains dormant. Its healing potential is locked inside, untouched, and wasted. But when given the right companion, its power explodes. It transforms from a simple spice into a biological force strong enough to calm inflammation, protect the mind, and support the entire body. The moment you understand that turmeric's healing power depends entirely on how it's absorbed, everything changes, because this explains why some people experience massive improvements within days, less joint stiffness, deeper sleep, reduced swelling, more mental clarity, while others feel absolutely nothing. The difference between results and failure is simply whether the body can access curcumin in the first place. Imagine someone struggling with chronic knee pain for years. They finally start taking turmeric, hoping for relief. They take it faithfully day after day, but nothing changes. Not because turmeric doesn't work, but because curcumin never entered their bloodstream. Now imagine another person who takes the same amount of turmeric, but they combine it with the right booster. Suddenly, their absorption skyrockets. Curcumin levels rise in their blood. Inflammation markers begin to drop. Pain begins to fade. Mobility improves. The fire inside the body finally begins to cool. This is not magic. This is science. Curcumin is powerful, but only when properly absorbed. That's the missing link almost no one talks about. That's why turmeric often disappoints, and that's why people give up on something that could transform their health if used correctly. And this is where the story turns. Because once you understand turmeric's weakness, you can finally unlock its true strength. You can finally make it work for your body instead of letting it pass through unused. And once this knowledge becomes yours, turmeric transforms from a simple yellow powder into one of the most effective natural anti-inflammatories the world has ever known. Understanding this one point is not just about turmeric, it's about giving your body access to one of nature's most powerful healing compounds. It's about reclaiming your health, calming the inflammation that silently damages you, and giving your joints, your brain, your heart, your immune system, and your entire body a fighting chance. Because turmeric can heal, but only if you know how to unlock it. Scientists spent decades trying to understand why some cultures experienced extraordinary anti-inflammatory benefits from turmeric while others felt almost nothing. And the answer came down to one quiet, overlooked detail. People who saw the biggest results weren't taking turmeric alone. They were naturally pairing it with something their bodies desperately needed, healthy fats. And once this discovery came to light, everything changed. Suddenly the mystery made sense. Curcumin, the healing compound inside turmeric, isn't designed to survive in the body on its own. It needs a carrier. It needs protection. It needs a vehicle that can escort it past the stomach, past the liver, and into the bloodstream where it can finally do its work. And that vehicle is fat. Curcumin is fat soluble, meaning it blends with oils, not water. Inside your stomach, turmeric mixes with fluids that cannot dissolve it, cannot transport it, cannot activate it. But the moment curcumin meets a healthy fat, coconut oil, olive oil, ghee, avocado oil, everything changes. Fat encapsulates curcumin like a shield, protecting it from rapid breakdown, allowing it to slip through the digestive wall and enter your blood circulation intact. This single change can increase absorption more than most people ever realize. In some studies, curcumin taken with fat remains in the bloodstream for hours instead of minutes. It stays active longer. It reaches deeper into tissues. It begins targeting inflammation where it hides, inside joints, inside arteries, inside the brain. Your body is built to use fat as a delivery system. That's why fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K need dietary fats to be absorbed. Curcumin follows the same biological rule. Without fat, it's ignored. With fat, it becomes unstoppable. Imagine curcumin being protected like cargo inside a strong vehicle, driven straight into the areas of the body that need healing the most. This is how ancient healing traditions worked without understanding the biochemistry. They naturally cooked turmeric in oils, they paired it with ghee, they added it to soups rich in fats. They didn't know the term bioavailability, but they knew the results. Their joints stayed flexible, their inflammation stayed low, their cognitive function stayed sharp for decades longer than expected. Modern science now proves what ancient cultures understood intuitively. When curcumin and healthy fats combine, the effects become powerful and measurable. Studies show improved joint mobility, reduced inflammatory markers, better circulation, higher antioxidant levels, and even stronger immune responses. Curcumin linked with lipids can cross the blood-brain barrier, something it cannot do well when taken alone. That means brain cells receive more protection, memory improves, oxidative stress decreases, inflammation inside the brain, a major driver of neurodegeneration, begins to lower. Scientists now suspect that curcumin may help slow age-related cognitive decline, not by magic, but by finally reaching the brain in therapeutic amounts when paired with fats. Healthy fats also calm inflammation on their own. Olive oil contains oleocanthal, a compound that acts similarly to anti-inflammatory drugs, but without the harsh side effects. Coconut oil contains medium-chain triglycerides that support brain energy. Avocado oil is rich in monounsaturated fats that reduce oxidative stress. When these fats merge with curcumin, the result is a double strike against inflammation, one from the fat itself and one from the improved absorption of curcumin. This combination becomes a natural anti-inflammatory system the body recognizes and uses effortlessly. And this is where the story becomes even more remarkable. Researchers discovered that curcumin bonded with fats enters the lymphatic system before the bloodstream. This is critical because inflammation often begins in the lymphatic channels where toxins accumulate. Instead of forcing curcumin through the liver where it is quickly dismantled, fats reroute it into the lymphatic system, allowing it to travel longer, deeper, and more effectively. This means the moment turmeric meets a healthy fat, you're no longer consuming a spice. You're fueling a biological delivery system capable of reaching nearly every tissue in your body. The truth is, your body is constantly fighting invisible inflammation. Every day, micro damage builds up. Your joints tighten. Your immune system becomes overactive. Your energy drops. Your mind fogs. These changes are slow, silent, and easy to ignore until they aren't. Curcumin absorbed correctly gives your body a fighting chance. It helps regulate cytokines, the chemical messengers of inflammation. It calms overactive immune cells. It reduces the oxidative stress that accelerates aging. It protects your heart by reducing inflammation in the arteries. It even supports healthy digestion by soothing the intestinal lining. But none of this happens when curcumin stays trapped in the gut. This is why adding healthy fats is not just a nutritional tip, it's the key that unlocks turmeric's entire healing potential. Without fats, turmeric remains an unfulfilled promise. With fats, it becomes one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories available. Every spoonful of turmeric taken with healthy fats becomes a microscopic army entering your bloodstream. It starts repairing, it starts calming, it starts reversing damage that has been building for years. People who switch from dry turmeric to turmeric mixed with fats often report surprising results: reduced knee stiffness, clearer thinking, less swelling, faster recovery after daily activity, and deeper sleep because inflammation no longer keeps the nervous system on high alert. This is not a coincidence. This is biology working exactly as it was designed to work. Curcumin becomes fully activated only when it joins with fats. Without this partnership, your body misses the chance to heal. But with this partnership, your body receives one of nature's most potent anti-inflammatory tools in its strongest, most absorbable form. Most people will keep taking turmeric incorrectly for years, never experiencing its true benefits, but you won't, because now you understand the truth. Turmeric's power is not in the spice itself, but in the way you deliver it. Curcumin paired with healthy fats is not just a nutritional choice, it's the difference between turmeric failing and turmeric transforming your health from the inside out. When turmeric finally enters the bloodstream the right way, when curcumin is absorbed fully, carried by healthy fats, and delivered to the tissues that need it most, something extraordinary happens inside the body. Inflammation, the silent force that destroys health from within, begins to lose its power. And this isn't just a claim, it's something science has been documenting for years. Chronic inflammation is now linked to nearly every major disease we fear: arthritis, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, digestive disorders, and even accelerated aging. It is the slow-burning fire that never stops unless something puts it out. Curcumin, when absorbed correctly, becomes that extinguisher. It begins working at the cellular level, shutting off inflammatory signals that create pain, stiffness, swelling, and tissue damage. Researchers have found that curcumin can reduce inflammatory markers like CRP, IL-6, and TNF-alpha, markers so powerful that doctors use them to predict heart attacks, strokes, and disease risk. And when these markers go down, the entire body begins to feel different. This is where the real transformation begins. People often think inflammation is only joint pain, but inflammation is far more dangerous and far more widespread. It affects the brain, slowing down thinking and memory. It affects the heart, stiffening arteries. It affects the digestive tract, triggering bloating and discomfort. It affects muscles, making even simple daily tasks feel heavier. but curcumin's antioxidant and anti-inflammatory power reaches all of these areas at once. When curcumin levels rise in the bloodstream, oxidative stress begins to fall, damaged cells start repairing, blood flow improves, nerve cells receive more protection, and for the first time in years, the body begins to return to its natural balance. This is why people who finally absorb turmeric correctly often describe the change as if someone turned off the noise inside their body. They feel lighter, clearer, calmer, more mobile. And this is not imagination. Curcumin influences pathways inside the body that medications target, but it does it naturally and safely. Studies show curcumin can inhibit the COX-2 enzyme, the same one targeted by many anti-inflammatory drugs. It can protect mitochondria, the energy factories inside your cells. It can increase glutathione, the body's master antioxidant. It can even help the body shut down chronic inflammatory cycles that have been running for years. One of the most shocking discoveries is curcumin's impact on the brain. When inflammation inside the brain rises, memory weakens, focus fades, cognitive decline accelerates. But curcumin can cross the blood-brain barrier when properly absorbed, something most compounds cannot do. Once inside, it reduces inflammatory buildup, boosts antioxidant activity, and increases levels of BDNF, a brain-supporting compound that helps repair neurons and grow new neural connections. This means curcumin doesn't just ease physical inflammation, it helps support long-term brain health, mental clarity, and cognitive longevity. And it doesn't stop there. Curcumin also supports the heart in ways most people never expect. Chronic inflammation stiffens blood vessels, raises blood pressure, and damages arterial walls. Over time, this leads to plaque buildup and restricted blood flow. Curcumin, fully absorbed, reduces oxidative damage inside arteries, improves endothelial function, and helps maintain smoother, more flexible blood vessels. Some studies show it can improve circulation as effectively as exercise in certain conditions. This isn't hype. This is biology responding to inflammation being lowered at the root. Then there's the impact on the immune system. An overactive immune system keeps inflammation high, attacking healthy tissues by mistake. An underactive immune system leaves the body vulnerable to infections. Curcumin does something remarkable. It modulates the immune response. It balances it. It prevents immune cells from overreacting while still supporting the body's natural defense. This is why so many people who absorb curcumin correctly report fewer inflammatory flare-ups, fewer colds, fewer digestive flare-ups, and better overall resilience. One of the most powerful effects happens in the gut. Inflammation in the gut can trigger bloating, indigestion, constipation, sensitivity to certain foods, and even mood imbalances. Curcumin soothes the intestinal lining, reduces inflammatory triggers, and supports a healthier microbiome. When gut inflammation drops, digestion improves, nutrient absorption increases, and the entire body begins working more efficiently. Scientists now call the gut the second brain, and when curcumin calms the gut, the mind often feels clearer and lighter as well. And for people suffering from joint pain, stiffness, and arthritis, the effects can feel nothing short of life-changing. Inflammation inside joint tissues slowly wears down cartilage, triggers swelling, and limits mobility. Curcumin absorbed effectively can penetrate joint spaces, reduce inflammatory enzymes, and help protect the joint structure. Many individuals describe the feeling as if the rust inside their joints finally begins to loosen, movement becomes smoother, mornings become easier, daily tasks no longer feel like battles against pain. What makes curcumin so extraordinary is that it works on multiple pathways at once. Most medications target only one inflammatory signal, but curcumin targets dozens. It isn't just stopping inflammation, it's restoring balance. It's giving the body room to heal itself the way it was originally designed to do. And when inflammation is lowered throughout the entire body, everything changes. Energy increases, sleep improves, muscles recover faster, mental fog lifts. Even aging itself slows down because oxidative stress, one of the primary drivers of aging, is reduced. This is why activating turmeric properly becomes so essential. When curcumin is finally absorbed, your body receives not just a spice, but a system-wide anti-inflammatory agent capable of improving physical, mental, and cellular health. And once this process begins, the body doesn't just feel better, it begins to function better. It becomes more resilient, more balanced, and more alive. Most people will never experience this because they take turmeric in a form the body cannot use. But once you understand how to unlock it, turmeric stops being a bright yellow powder in your kitchen and becomes a tool your body uses to restore itself from the inside out. Inflammation begins to fade, health begins to rise, and your body finally gets the support it has been silently waiting for. Turmeric is powerful, but only when you take it right. So remember, you don't need black pepper. You just need healthy fats to supercharge turmeric's healing power. Take this daily and watch your inflammation begin to melt away. This is Dr. Mandell, wishing you healing, peace, and good health. Stay healthy, stay strong.